afternoon, learners.
I'm Sammi, a third-year student at Varsity College, Pretoria.
And I'm Chanelle, a third-year student as well at Varsity College, Pretoria.
And today we're going to be talking about natural science and technology, specifically the solar system for term 4. We'll be explaining the explanation of the model and the materials, how the material is used, how to explain the solar system in terms of science. So for the materials we used, linking back to Mark Rober's video, the materials we used was a canvas to basically represent the space in which the solar system is located in, and the sizes of the styrofoam balls is helped to represent the almost accurate depictions of how these planets would look like and how the sun would look like in space. And the use of the heuristics injected into the sun is to help represent not only the order in which the planets are aligned, but also in which the planets orbit around the sun. And it also helps to explain the attraction that the sun has on all the planets in keeping them orbiting around the sun. And as you can see, we've also included labels into the styrofoam balls to help give learners a more accurate description of what each planet is.
Okay, the next point is looking at the revolution and the rotation of the solar system. Yeah. Okay, so revolution is used when one planet moves around another, while rotation means moving around the axis. For Earth, it takes 24 hours to complete a rotation, but it takes 365 days to complete one revolution. Earth's axis of rotation is tilted by 23.5 degrees, and this tilt basically gives us the different seasons in a year. And then lastly, the path of the Earth moving around the sun is called an orbit. Okay, so how many number of planets would you say we have? 8, right? Planets in our solar system orbit in a counterclockwise direction. Why is the energy from the sun so important? Well, the energy sun is essential for life on Earth, as it powers photosynthesis. It produces oxygen. It powers photosynthesis, which produces oxygen, and without the sun's energy, humans, plants, and animals will die.
Moving on to the interactive questions that help to explain a little bit more of fun facts for the solar system. Why Mercury and Venus are considered the hottest planets according to the solar system. The reason why Mercury is considered a hot planet according to NASA would be because Mercury doesn't necessarily have an atmosphere in which it can hold any heat. So because of this, there's extreme temperature fluctuations. There's temperature differences in Mercury's atmosphere, or rather lack of atmosphere. So depending on either side of the planet in which the planet faces the sun, that part of the planet will be extremely hot, whereas the other side of the planet that is not facing the sun is going to be extremely cold. So it's sort of a day and night situation where the planet that's facing the sun, or regarded as the day, would be extremely hot, and the cold side of the planet, which is not facing the sun, is going to be considered night. For Venus, according to NASA, Venus is considered the hottest planet amongst all the planets in the solar system, and this is due to a greenhouse effect, which is caused by a thick condensed creating a very, very hot environment. So unlike Mercury, which has a lack of atmosphere, Venus has an atmosphere in which greenhouse gases, or rather a greenhouse gas effect, is caused by carbon dioxide trapping heat. This is the group reflection part of the video. So question 1 would be, what part of the project did we collaborate on?
So basically, I was in charge of making sure these planets look as good as they do. And we basically worked together on the labeling of the planets.
I created the canvas in which to make the galaxy in which the solar system is, well, propped up on, and it was pretty much the group effort to help stick and tape all the sticks and labels onto the solar system. Second part of the reflection would be, what did we learn about teaching science through models and media?
So what I would say is, as a learner, it is a lot easier it is a lot easier to understand such a concept like the solar system in a model form, because that way you can actually see how it would look realistically. Yeah, so for example, it makes me understand why Earth looks the way it looks, or why Mars is red. Yeah.
For me, it's a lot more interactive and a lot more hands-on, and as a teacher in training and also as a learner myself, it's a lot more learner-centered. We're at the end of the video.
Hope that you learned something valuable from the lesson.
And we hope you learned something about natural science, grade 6, specifically about the solar system.